Very good evening friends, and in this video we are going to discuss about some more important features of the programming language Golang or Go. So here we start. Now in this video we'll learn something more about the loops. So for example, because it has just a for loop and the three variations of the for loop it offers. So the two variations we have already discussed, and in this video we'll learn about the third variation, and that is more specifically used for the arrays. So before going to that, I would like you to have some ideas about the arrays. What are the arrays? So arrays are, you know that the arrays are the contiguous memory cells where we store the information, and they have the contiguous memory cells, and then they got the same name. Like for example, if I say the var is I type the var is with the age of persons equals, suppose there are 8 persons, and this is the how you declare. So var is 10, and then after that inside the curly bracket you just, if you here I'm just like associating the values in the arrays, or I can say putting the values in the arrays. So it goes like I write 8 values, 12, 90 will be too much, 12, 78, 23, 60, 22, 27, how many are there, 3 to 5, 43, 34, 43, 45, 45, 89, how many there, 4 and 4, 8. Yes, so here this is the size of the array, that the var, and it should have the type. So I will write the type here like just after this box you have to mention the type. So it is here. So var is the name of the array, and then here you have 8 size, and all these values are type integer, and then I have dynamically associated some values like this 8 values here. Now I'm running a loop to access them. So how can I run the loop? So I can just use the primitive loop, that is for I equals 0 semicolon. Then we have to find how many elements are there in this array. So since I know that it's 8, but dynamically program wants to know that how will it find, so I'll use the function len, and then in this I'll pass the name of the array. So len is less than or you can say I is less than len is, that's I is less than len is, and then I write here I plus plus, start the curly bracket immediately, and then first I'll print the elements wise each element, like the fmt dot print ln. Okay, so print ln, and inside this I'll write the is okay box I. Okay, so BRINTLN. Now I'll run the code. So I have to, here is Control S, then I start my terminal. So this is the new terminal, and there I again all these data, all these things, whatever code I have written, all these are the part of the one file, that is main.go. So here I write go run, this is the command, go run, name of the file, that is main.go, and enter. Now just see the output, how you are seeing the thing. So 8 elements we have, 12, 78, 20. So this is how you are printing these elements one by one. Suppose if you are willing to find the sum of these numbers, like suppose if I want to know what is the sum, so I write here var total, and then the sum of the integer will be integer equals 0. So here I set the total as 0, and there inside this I'll write total equals total plus is box I. So slowly all these values will be added, and the total will have the final total. And here instead of printing this, I will just write total. Okay, so now I save the code, and then auto formatting is happening. Now I open the terminal again, and there inside this terminal I'll run the code again. Coding part is done. Now here inside this I will simply type this run. So the total is how much. So here we are seeing that this is printing actually the inside the for loop I'm running the total, that's why it is just like cumulative total. You can say the first data is 72 here, second data becomes 12 plus 72, that is 90, and third is the sum of these first three, like the 12, 78 and 23. If you want the one final value for the all total, then you have to let the loop continue its, and the printing part will write just when the looping is done. So here, and then you'll get only one total, and that will be the total what you are looking for. If you are actually looking for the total of all these elements present in the array. So again here I run the code, and then they will find only one answer, and that will be just the total of all, and that is 389. Okay, and just see the previous one, you are also getting finally we reach to 389. So this is how the one single one dimensional array can be created. If you want it to be of another value type, like suppose here I write it is float 32 type, then here we have to write something like so that it looks like float values, and this is 78.89 and this is 23.7. it is randomly providing some decimal number. Here I keep 62.0 only, 37.94 and then 43.895, and then here I have this 45.9, 19.90, and then the total sum of all this should also be this. If you do not know that how to do that, you can typecast it. So how can I typecast? So first typecasting will do later. I will just right now I write float 32. So float 32 is there, and then it is done. So Control S, and then I go to the terminal, run the same code. So now this time you will find the sum total of those floating numbers which I am getting as 395.095. And now when you have the multi-dimensional arrays, then what you do, so suppose if I want to make a multi-dimensional array of size 3 by 2 or 3 by 4, then like it is a multi-dimensional size 3 by 4. So inside this we'll have to initialize them like this. So first it is size 3 means 3 columns, so 1, and then there I write group of 3, 4 such groups. So this is one such group, and then I have this second one, and then 87.45, and then there it is. Now here when you are going for a two-dimensional array, then instead of going for I less than len, I have to go for rows. So that is for sure it is 3, since it's all starting from 0. So it will go from 0 to 3, and then inside that I have to write another for loop, that is for j 0 j less than 4 and j plus plus, and then again I do the same thing. I can find the, or if you want to find each element one by one, then you just cut paste here and then print it here, Control V, this is, and there at the place of total you write the name of the array, which is ages. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. I can say these are the weights, 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 and here it is weights, and then inside the box I write the indexing, that is ij, and here it is done. So let me save this file. There is no such error, good for us. Now here I run the code, and there you see how it is printed. It says that end of file command line arguments, expecting like one parenthesis we are missing. So I provide here one curly bracket is missing, and then there is this float total, since they are saying it's not used. So for now I make it a comment line. So this is done. So now Control S and then run code again. So yes, so here you say it's printing these elements like this, starting from 12.893 and then one extra zero. I think that we are printing this one 0 0 1 2. It should be less than, because it has only three elements, it should be 0 1 2. So I less than or equal to, so just check the output again. So we are getting 12.89, that is fine. We are getting 78.87, that is also fine. We are getting 23.0, that is also fine. Then we are getting 0. So, and then again we are getting 45 point, okay, after 0 here, let me increase this. So after first 0 again we are getting 62.0, that's fine. We are getting same thing, 62, but one value we are getting 0, and that is after 23.75. However, we have no such value there. It means our loop is running little extra. So here I can say we are we should have 4 here and 3 here. Yes, this is done. Control S, because the number of, see how many brackets, inside the brackets we have 1 2 3 4, 1 here. So outermost and innermost have 3 elements in each, so this J is managing that innermost. Now let me run the code again, and there you see, okay, wait, again, what is problem? Exist state 2 main, go to change something, error is coming. I don't know what kind of error is it. So let me run the code again. Status 2, oh, it is saying the same error. It means I equals 0, I less than 3. That was fine. This is 4, 0 1 2, this is 0 1 2 and 1 2. Actually I have written only, I did not write this 3 by 4. Fourth row is missing, so just check it out. This is row 1, this is row 2, and then we have only one row, which is row 3. I mean, I need to have one more row, that is 12.89, 98.23, 78.76, and one more 8009, 3 elements only. So 1 to 79.85. I think this is fine. 1 2 3, so 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, and then 1 2 3. No quick fixes available, so this one should be 4. Control Z. This one should be 4 and this one should be 3. Okay, so 4 rows and 4 columns, and this one is managing our row outermost, and inside this we are having this 3. Okay, now this is same. Let me save this one. Now I go to the command prompt again, and here I run the code, and there, let's see, yes, here you are getting these few like this. Now if you want to see them, if you want to see your output in terms of the tabular form, then what do we need to do? Just you remove this println and let one element is printed, then you provide some space. So fmt.print, only I write, not println, print. This extra suggestion is bothering sometimes. Print, and there you write double quote, and then you provide the tab. So we write T, and that is for tab and space, actually it is. And then when one row is printed, then I want the line to be changed, so I write fmt dot println, just that is sufficient, right? Println. So this is done now. Control save and run the code here. Go inside this command prompt, yes, there, and then here I go and then you will see your answer print. Now see, this is printed in the tabular form. So this is how that is good. It looks like a two-dimensional array. Now we all started with, we wanted to understand the second type of the for loop, so, and which I did not do, I did everything else. So now I go back to this coding part, and there I retain this one, and there I make this weight as a single dimensional array. Like 4, I can have some values like, okay, 14, fine. Then I remove this first bracket. Okay, then first row I have the 4 here. I remove this curly bracket again, and then I have 4 more, 8, and then I remove this, and then we have, okay, I think I can stop here only. This much sufficient. Okay, so how many elements do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this size should be just 7. Okay, then I wanted you to tell you that how you can run a for loop that is designed for arrays. So write for, and then write I comma, then you write x colon equals, then you write range, and then here we don't need space. However, even if you write, doesn't make any difference. Okay, range, and then there you type the name of the array, that is weights. Okay, this is done. Then you provide the curly bracket, and then this you remove this curly bracket. Inside this curly bracket I write print ln, and then I'll print this value of x. Okay, and yes, so this is I comma, I actually is not being used, so I print I also, just because otherwise it will just show me like. So you remember the first one is okay, I write like this, I make it a printf statement, printf I, the index is double quote, index is %d, that is id, and value is %f, because we are printing a float number, and then I will be for %d, and for %f, that floating part, will write just x, and this is sufficient. Now Control S, auto formatting is done. Now I think it reduces the extra line. Okay, that is fine. Now I save it again, and then I go into this code, and there I run my code, and then let's see how we are getting the results. So so we are getting the things, but it's not coming in one line, so we will be finding it difficult. So let me provide this /n. I think this slash is not the one. Yes, we need backward slash, not the forward slash. So this is done. Now again I go back to the terminal and write the code there. So there it goes, and you see you will be finding the elements. So index 1, I see 1 by 1 here. Yes, index 1, the value is 78. Oh, index 0. Yeah, so arrays always begin with 0. So index is 0, the value is 12.89. So if you want to start with +1 so that user can understand index. Index is 0, but for us it is I +1 always. So you just here you provide I +1, and then you find your job is done. So just let me run again, and there start from I is 1 until go to I is 10. So here it goes. Now let me make it a full screen. Yes, so just go to the previous line. No, not this one. So here you see index is 7, going from I is 1, I is 2, I is 3. So this is how it's working, because here I is implemented just by 1, and there you see, oh my god, what is this? Okay, I need to drag it down. Yes, so this I +1 is making all difference. So in this video we are stopping here only, and then in the next video we'll learn about other features like the functions and more of the Go. Thank you very much. Just subscribe to our channel and keep practicing with us. Have a nice time.